Right. Welcome everyone here to a replay cast. We have Scrim here between Noah's Ark on Legion versus Bpro on Hellborn. This is the first game of the Scrim series, and we gonna have some fun here replay casting. So this game took place a little while ago. Figured I'd cover it. Anybody interested in watching a cast here? So there's a tournament taking place on the weekend to continue the Paradise League, I believe it's called. So we get Prisoner 945, Glacius, and Drunken Master banned from the Legion side. And then we have Adrenaline, Magnus, and Fade banned from the Hellborn side. We have a first pick of Engineer coming out from Legion. And we have Nymphora and Rally going to be picked up here by Hellborn. Okay, everything looks pretty straightforward here. I'm going to fast forward through this to save some time. Go to 8x speed. And we could talk about some more picks. Alright. So we have Lodestone and Hellbringer picked up by the Legion team. So Hellbringer, it's a hero we normally see ran mid. This hero is just really good with farm. I would be very surprised if they ran it in another role, but it's not impossible, I would say, to run this as more of a support hero. And same with the Engineer. This can be a mid Engineer or a secondary support Engineer, because Puppet Soul likes to play Engineer, but so does Hanzi, I think. So I think it's the only hero that's safe to say where it's going is Lodestone. This hero just usually needs position 3. That's the best role for a Lodestone. Bans coming out here. They're gonna ban Flux. Pretty good ban with the Pebbles and Hellbringer. Engineer and Hellbringer already picked up, and then there's a Pebbles ban. That's why I said Pebbles. Pebbles is a good ban as well when you run an Engineer. So you can throw it a Mines. It's a good lane combo. You can throw an energy field, whatnot. Pairs pretty nicely, and they could use a mid hero as well. Sir Bensington is the last ban from Hellborn. And then we have Gladiator, Thunderbringer, and Puppet Master banned. Interesting, they banned the Thunderbringer. I guess the Nymphora plus Thunderbringer, some global presence. Puppet Master could be a tri-lane hero. Gladiator could be a mid hero that they don't want to see on the opposing side. So nothing really crazy. I mean, Thunderbringer ban, I guess, is a little off, but it's okay. Bpro is going to go ahead and pick up a Kronos and a Deadwood. So they picked their carry here. It's going to be the Kronos. This looks almost like a lineup that I ran not that long ago, to be quite honest. You know what? I'm going to pause this. I want to check this out, actually. There's a lineup that I ran. This is the great thing about replays. We can just pause or fast forward whenever we want. There was a game I ran. Is it this one? I had Kronos, Nymph, Rally, but I had Lodestone and Engineer, which the other team has. So a little bit different here. But we see the final 2 picks for Legion are going to be Midas and Nighthound. So they're gonna run a Nighthound, I guess, carry. And then looks like Engineer is a support, and Hellbringer is also a support. So they're gonna run Midas and Lodestone as the 2 cores. Last pick from Hellborn was Kraken. Or like Snark's gonna play the Kraken here. How are they laning this? Is the question. Lodestone's gonna go short lane. He has a TP on him. What's Deadwood doing here? Is he gonna... Oh, he's playing off lane, so he wants to pull creeps, maybe? Okay. Pretty nifty. He got into a pretty aggro spot here. Did he... I wonder if he TP'd. How much gold did he use? 200... It's 400, 500, 600. Looks like he did not TP. He just ran here. Nymphora, Rally, and Kronos are gonna try lane short. Nighthound is scouting this out. You see, he sees where the supports are. I guess he's gonna go bottom now, right? And Lodestone's gonna go top. They're gonna just give Nighthound the free lane against the Deadwood Suicide. And then Hellbringer. Hellbringer and Nighthound is such a greedy dual lane. Like that lane, if that lane gets to free farm, that's pretty good. Engineer gonna miss the keg here. Does he go for Demon Strike? He does. He's gonna hit the Demon Strike. No Toxin Claws in the Nighthound though. This would be a kill. He gets the clear cutting. Ooh, hits the keg actually. They wanted this wrist blood, so they actually are gonna miss some creep experience bottom. Maybe. I wonder if he misses the whole wave or just a couple creeps. Midas versus Kraken mid lane. I think Midas has an edge here, but I think Kraken is not like that easy to kick out of lane. I think Kraken should do okay. And then Lodestone is going top against the tri lane. Good stun. So both teams are defensive tri laning. But I mean, it's good to give Nighthound a good start, and then he can start roaming around. Kronos needs a lot of time in comparison to a Nighthound, but giving free farm to the Kronos, I think, is also equally bad. But, I mean, I think Legion has greedier picks, right? They have a support Hellbringer, which scales pretty hard. But they also have the Nymphora factor. I think... The mid game of both teams is quite strong, I would say. I'm not sure like which team gets more out of this defensive setup. I guess Lodestone is pretty good with no farm compared to Deadwood. Probably needs a little bit of farm. He's got lane control now at least. Lodestone still hasn't gotten lane control, so he's not going to get as much XP. It's Iron Shield early. Probably gonna pick up Toxin Claw. There we go. Midas versus Kraken, 11-0 against Salvador. So yeah, it's pretty even so far. There's a DD rune. That's a pretty good starting rune. I think Midas has his bottle coming. He's trying to hold off on grabbing this. I think Kraken probably wants to push the lane here, but he's gonna static it. So now Engineer is top. I'm a bit surprised by Engineer being top. So I feel like he probably can't do a whole lot here. Where's he porting to? He ports to bottom. So both teams have pretty like aggressive supports, I would say. And they're both just tri-laning one guy. This is not super ideal. Kraken has a lead on creeps now with Midas getting the rune, but I think Midas will put some pressure on the Kraken. Oh my god, those right clicks are so heavy. It's the health pot from Kraken. It's gonna be fine. Bloodstone's level 1. Kraken is level... Or not, sorry, Kraken. Deadwood is level 2. Almost level 3. Yeah, get that creep kill busy. He's got 2 creep kills. Deadwood has 4. Let me see. Rally with boots, only level 1, trying to make a rotation into mid lane. So, yeah, both teams decided to avoid the tri-lanes. Thus we see all the farm on the mid and the carries, and then no farm on anybody else. That's just how this game is going to work. So it's going to look like this type of GPM graph. We'll see who this benefits, I guess. Both the hard supports are level 3. The rally is still level 1 and compared to the engineer who's level 2. He's trying to make a kill here on the Kraken now, who has a regen. So both the runes have been controlled so far by Legion. Rally compels in, but I mean Kraken does not want to go in there with a Tsunami Charge. That is certain death. Is Nighthound gonna rush the Brass Knuckles or is he gonna go for Steam Boots? And I was really hoping for a tri-lane versus tri-lane. They kill Kraken in the mid lane. I feel like he stood around a little too low, but hey, you know what? We can go back and check it out. It's got no Tsunami Charge. He has Power Supply here. Let's see what happens. Does he just get comboed? Oh, he got comboed mid-charge. Oof. Sorry, Snark buddy. I had to see what happened. That's a painful feed, unfortunately. And he's still higher GPM than Midas, but before he died, he was actually 60 GPM higher. Alright, we'll get back to the real time of the replay. Still doing pretty good. He's got 32 last hits. More than the Midas. The Kronos has Steam Boots. Nighthound has Knuckles. This shows that Nighthound is going to want to be playing aggressively this game, otherwise he won't pick up this item. Deadwood buys a Veiled Rot. Kraken is level 6. Are they going to have a fight for the bottom rune here? He's going to root him on the rune here. That's a good kill on the Midas. It's a really good grasp there. He had no vision of that. We would never see that uphill root come out. So the smoke pays off. They get a kill on the Midas, so he's now 0-1. Just like the Kraken. No, he's 1-1. Very slight gold lead for Hellborn. Still pretty even game. I'm almost tempted to fast forward. This laning phase is gonna be a little slow, I guess. But I'm expecting the action to pick up once post laning phase concludes. Once we get out of the laning phase. So whose jungle is stacked here? We got triple stacks here, double stacks here. Stacks. Midas is already nuking down a triple hard camp. It's level 6, so I guess you can do this with a couple of combos, but that means the mid lane is being freely occupied by Kraken for now. How much GPM does this boost him up to? He's probably gonna get about, what, 50 GPM from this? 40 GPM? Not quite, like 30 GPM from the hard camp. Thing is, Midas doesn't kill jungle camps this early on that fast. He also maxed Lion's Pride, which I think does less damage than maxing Salvo. I think typically you want to max Salvo, I think does more damage. Now, the Kraken is in the jungle. He has a haste rune, so he takes out a medium camp stack. Kraken is kind of similar to Midas, but not really. He takes camps pretty slowly. He has to keep attacking them. He may need to buy a health pot here. We'll see if how much damage he takes. No Chrono Fields yet. I feel like... Oh, bottom lane. Oh, Hellbringer's already level 6. Now, so is the Nymph, I guess. So they kill the Deadwood. That's a pretty... I think that's a pretty easy kill for these two guys once they have Malphus. Deadwood can't really do a whole lot against Smoke Bomb and Malphus, so that's a kill. It's 2-1 now. Some tower pressure about him. Kraken is hasted and rotted. Who's he gonna go for? I think they really want the Nighthound, but they didn't know where he was to sphere him. Now the sphere would reveal him. He's going in for a kill on the Nymphora here. He's gonna get it. Can Kraken, do they have dust? They do. This should be a kill actually. Because he cannot pounce away from these, at least the Kraken, so. The Veiled Rot ganks from Hellborn have been all really good so far. Every time they've used a Veiled Rot, it's led to a kill. So first time it was Midas, now it's Nighthound. It's a good kill. I'm assuming this will be a Cleaver Nighthound. Post Knuckles. Midas has Steam Boots. No clue what he's gonna buy first item. Maybe he goes Storm Spirit this game. Maybe he just goes Spell Shards and nukes waves. They are definitely gonna need tablets against Kronos and maybe storms against the Kraken. In Deadwood. So we might see. I don't know if we're gonna see damage Midas or utility Midas this game. Nighthound ports top on respawn. Tries to get a counter kill on the opposing carry, the Kronos. And the heals were too much from Nymph with the save from Rally. Load. I think. Yeah, he didn't have Rocket Drill yet, so he goes down. He tried to get a counter kill. It was really close. Currently has 2 Knuckles charges on the Nighthound. And I think he's going to continue to try to hunt for some kills here. He's going to spot Kraken taking this triple stack. Maybe he has the Cloud, okay. Missed the Keg stun, but the Transmute hits. Energy Field stops Rally from getting a Compel off. Good disruption there from Hanzi on the Engineer. Make sure to secure the kill on the Kraken, who is the big target. Nighthound's going to reveal himself here to Rally. Kronos sleeps in on the Engineer. There's a Compel stun. They both sidestep the Keg. Oh, that's a good stun from Busy, but it doesn't matter because Kronos spots him out with the ward. Shatterstorm gets channeled here. Nighthound's here. They don't even need it. Kronos has to fall back. He has enough mana for the Sphere now, but really bad placement on the Sphere. Catches Nymphora. Doesn't matter in the end anyway. They have the damage. Alright, so Legion team getting the counter kills here now. I mean, they did lose this couple of guys, but score is 7-6 now, favoring Noah's Ark. Build Rotted Deadwood. He has Punch. Kraken's getting caught in a smoke cloud. Keg misses. He charges backwards. I didn't see where the grasp landed, but it looks like nobody got caught, so they all avoided the grasp. And nobody dies because there was no good targeting coming out here. Everyone just wanted to scatter and stay alive. Malphus is up again, but not a whole lot of mana on the Hellbringer. Midas lands a good transmit here. He might get in range for a rock. He does. Nimport comes in, but they're gonna land it. Okay. No Chrono Field. Needs a bash. Bash. There it is. Smackdown. Ultimate Warrior Streak on the Kronos, who is the top farmer of the game. I think he's fine here. I mean, the Malphus actually does a lot of damage. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect the Malphus. Rally was coming over, but couldn't get there in time. He had Slammer Jammer. Didn't get in range. Balloon away. No kill. Nobody's gonna die here. Kraken goes for an early tablet. That's fine. I mean, it's against Nighthound Cloud, which kind of disrupts him. I mean, it's okay. You can get out of energy field, but you're gonna perplex yourself. I mean, might be okay. It's not normal to buy a tablet on Kraken, but I mean, it's okay. I ain't gonna hate on it too much. I'm sure he's still gonna go Portal Key. I would have just went the Portal Key anyway, and then maybe got a tablet. Personally. Lodestone, does he want to try to Shatterstorm here with a TP? I mean, it's really hard to lock down Kronos as a Lodestone to buy time for TP support. Maybe if they had a Hellbringer smoked up with Malphus, like, possible. Spots out the Illusion Rune. Kraken wants it. Deadwood. I would assume he's just gonna go for Blink. And Engineer actually soaks all that damage. They turn it around and get the Nymph. Lodestone died in the top lane to Chronosphere solo. Solo Chronos takes out Lodestone, okay. With the Thunderclaw, he's got a lot of damage, I guess. So, Nighthound showed up and killed the Nymph and the Rally. He took out both the supports, and now I think he's got 5 charges. He does. That boosts his damage quite a lot. And he's getting close to Cleaver. I think he needs like around 400 or something for Cleave. So. Mech's gonna stack the jungle in preparations for Cleaver Hound. Good job, Mechs. Good job. Stack it up. Interesting portal key. Blocked the pathing there of the Deadwood. Forces him to go down. They're missing everything, but they hit the keg. That was an important one to hit. He goes for the port out. Demon Strike from Mechs fears him up. He tried, but unsuccessful. Too many cancels for the TP there. Cellbringer gets a couple of them with the to charge Demon Strike. Rally's setting up top here. I don't know if they're ready to do a defense on the tower. They will not. So Legion gets the tower top. Kraken is smoked up. Maybe gonna bait the Rally out. Maybe they're expecting Load to go for a solo play here. I don't know if he has mana for everything. It's close. This is not Busy 1P, by the way. This is N Jones Tilda. So I don't know how ballsy N Jones Tilda's feeling right now if he can go for this Rally. I mean, even if he kills him and dies, he makes space. Okay, he decides to show himself. And he's like, oh, what the heck are you guys all doing here, bruh? Come on, bruh. Sorry, buddy, but you're dead. That's quite a bit of damage to the Kronos, but not enough. Cleaver's finished on Nighthound. I think he just took all the stacks. And it's doing okay. It's 515 GPM. Gonna be like 530 after this. So, still a little bit behind Kronos, but Kronos is saving for a freaking mansion right now. Oh, he goes straight Shrunken? Dude, I was not expecting that. I mean, I thought for sure this was either Hyper Crown to just like YOLO farm. I mean, usually we see T-Claw and Elder paired up, but I don't know if he wants to go Elder early on against this team. But I could have seen the Hyper Crown, honestly. Or even like a Geobane, maybe? Nullfire against Hellbringer? Not out of the question. That's a really good keg from Hansi. But they see the Nimport, or they just expected follow-up? They were right next to the base. Really greedy from Legion to be all the way here. So they Nymph-ported the Kronos, I think. And they didn't even need Chrono Field, so they get him another kill. He's now 7-0. 600 GPM. Problem is, you're 600 GPM Kronos, but you just went a really early defensive item. I feel like he could have been really greedy here with how good of a start he had. And to be honest, like Nighthound only having a Cleaver is not like that threatening to the Kronos. If he's ahead, he could just kind of play from ahead, in my opinion. Like this could have just been like Hyper Crown Geos then Shrunken. I think that would have been okay. But I mean, he's got the Shrunken now. That means you want to fight. You want to go and team fight this pretty strong team fight Legion team, who doesn't have all their core items just yet. And on top of it, they picked up a Bones on the Lodestone, so he's not gonna have the early blink. Kraken misses the charge there. Good sidestep from N Jones Tilda. Midas lands a good transmute here with the portal key. He did go for shards and PK, but he's pretty farmed himself. Good compel from the Kraken. I mean, from the rally on the Kraken. Gets him to safety. That looked funny, but I mean, he doesn't know where the real Nighthound is. That could have been a thing. It's just illusions baiting. It's actually bottom. Deadwood is like 5 creeps from a portal key. Maybe 6 creeps actually. Oh, the poor archer, he wanted it. He's gonna pick it up here. I think he sold a minor totem or something. Alright. Deadwood's got blink. Just about to hit level 11. I mean, he's got, like, the Rod and Grasp was pretty strong this game against Midas and Lowstone. But Nighthound is a carry. Doesn't really care too much about Deadwood because he's got so much armor. He's got 14 armor. Basically stacks up on Agi. Ooh, was that a mine trap? Breaky, we gotta check it out. Okay. Okay, I see what's about to happen. Hansi's about to get a little excited. He's gonna be like, yeah, boom, baby. That's Hansi right now. He's like, boom, baby. I got me a mind kill on the rally. Oh, slows down his portal key a little bit further. Rally's only 175 GPM. He's sad. Sad AF. He's got less GPM than Nymph. The supports on Hellborn don't have too much in general. Oh, can they catch Midas here? They don't see him on their screen. Unfortunately. YOLO dust from Kraken. Maybe I can find the Nighthound. Oh my god, another dust. Dude, they're dusting everywhere. They don't know that Nighthound's in the Kong pit, actually. They're gonna go for a Kong war here. So Kraken now has Blink Tablet, Blink on the Deadwood. The Shrunken from Kronos clearly did not pay off. I don't think they've even gotten one team fight out of this Shrunken head. And he decides to just go the Firebrand anyway. This would have been a Geobane by now if he went for that. Okay, so I gotta talk about this. Hellbringer has freaking 3 pieces of staff. How in the world does he have this much farm? It's 330 GPM. I don't know how the hell Mex does it. Maybe he just doesn't buy wards. Word from Puppet Soul. Okay, there's a word from Mex. There's a word from Hansi. There's another word from Hansi. Another word from Hansi. So yeah, Mex only bought 1 ward. That's how he does it. He doesn't ward. The secret to supporting is don't support. Just make your team think you're supporting, and then your teammates support. That's how you get farm. I like it. I'm gonna start employing this tactic when I play. Okay, so Midas is space creating right now. And what are they getting out of this right now? They're getting some map pressure on mid and top, I guess. Which is okay. He didn't like buy out any items, so he hasn't managed his gold nicely. Unfortunately. I think he just bought something for 1k. Did he just buy the book? He might have just bought a book. Kraken's going for Shrunken. That's pretty normal, I would say. Kronos is probably going to go straight Geobane. I mean, this gap between Kronos and Nighthound is not too much. It's only about 50 GPM. So it's very possible that, you know, one team fight in favor of one team kind of swings this either further apart or closer together. Who's got the most hero damage? Kronos, and everyone else on his team is quite low. Deadwood only had 3%. Oh, that's sad. Nymph's got twice the hero damage of Deadwood. Midas, by far the top hero damage in the game at 21%. So, Spell shards have been hitting a lot of people apparently in this game. Rally needs 250 for PK. He's so desperate. Oh, oh, he went for tablet. Really? Bruh. You gonna save up 2k gold and buy a tablet? I always find it strange that people don't invest into a hatchet. Like, even when you're playing a support role, if you plan to farm creeps at any point in the game, just buy a hatchet, bro. It's three creep kills to pick up a hatchet. And think about all the creeps you're gonna miss throughout the course of the game because you don't have a hatchet. I always find this very, very funny that people don't buy hatchet. They poured it up here, but they didn't get anything out of their nymph port. Lodestone picks up tablet. He's not even going PK on load. I mean, to be honest, like, Lodestone's a hero where PK is really good on, but you don't always need it, I guess. Like, if you're not the primary jump-in guy, you can just follow up. But PK will make his life a lot easier. I think he will still buy one. Maybe he sells the bracer or drops the hatchet here for blink. Deadwood sees Lodestone here. We got Invis Kraken. Maybe he's gonna try to scout the way. Problem is, like, they're trying to find Nighthound, but they don't have a bound eye. And it's really hard to gank Nighthound in mid-game if you don't have, like, rev wards everywhere. Kraken gets spotted on the rev. He's like, bruh, I'm out of here. But yeah, like, if you don't have a bound eye, it's really hard to catch Nighthound in mid-game. So he's kind of able to just roam around the map a lot. And he's only died once this game. Now Kronos has Geos and Shrunken. Again, pretty defensive item build, right? Like, I feel like this could have just been Hyper Crown this game. Hyper Crown into Geos. And think about how much damage he would deal, but also, like, how much faster he'd be farming. So they're not really threatening him at all this game. The Shrunken obviously lets him feel safer. You can farm, like, greedier, but he'll farm slower. And he can't really go for those big pick-off plays either as the guy with all the farm. So I feel like he slowed his game down by a lot. And now look at this. Legion is doing Hellborn's Kongor. Hellborn has no freaking idea that this is happening. This is their own Kongor. They see the TPs here, right? Actually, maybe they didn't see the TP, but they're going to see them now. Okay, that's an okay sphere. He catches the engineer and the other guy. But good counter Malthus from Mex. They take out Kronos. He can't kill anyone. He didn't Shrunken even. Why would he not Shrunken when he leaps in? That's crazy. Very big misplay there from Kronos, I feel like. The team support, I don't know exactly what they did in the background, but this team fight is very heavily won here from Legion. They force a buyback out from Kronos. They died on 4 people. They only lost Engineer. And now they're pushing Rex with 2 Malthus on their support Hellbringer. Kronos in the base, trying to kill the Nighthound. He doesn't see him? Did he not have dust up? Either he was dusted and it got removed by the Geos, or like they just didn't have revealed in their own base. This is very sad for Bpro. Do they get the Rax here? They want the Rax. Oh, they're gonna get Kronos! Rewind! Oh, he dies. This is full disaster. Kronos just died twice. And they've only killed Engineer in this, like, entire last, I don't know how long. This fight from Noah's Ark is so good. Like, this is a game-turning team fight after a game that was very, very passive. Like, both teams pretty much farmed up their carries and their mids to some extent. Is he baiting? He's trying to bait the Kraken? He charged and didn't PK, I think. He actually charged here. I saw it. Oh, that's sad. PK didn't cast or something. Meanwhile, Lodestone pushes mid tower. Where did Nymphora go? Nymphora and Kraken are not on the same page here, because this should have been a kill. This should have been a kill on the load. And then on top of it, they have the Nymph port up, so they could be picking off either the Engineer in the side lane. Ah, this is disastrous. There's got to be some miscommunication on the side of Bpro, like how they're taking these fights, because this should not have went this poorly. They take out Midas with the sphere. Alright, it's something. Engineer dies in the jungle. He's only got Nighthound here with him. And Hellbringer has a Malphus. He hits 3 with it. Trunkens are used by Kraken and Kronos. Leap up in 2 seconds. He's probably gonna maybe go in here, but the Shrunken's about to wear off. They're just not able to get the teamfights going the way they want them to. I do not like the rally tablet here. I mean, it's gonna work out for him here. It's gonna save him from the Nihon, but Kronos leaps away. Shadowstorm does not connect. They have a Codex on the Chrono. I mean, on the Lodestone, and a portal key. It's got a lot more farm all of a sudden on the load. It's got quite a few items now. Hellbringer staffed. Who did he staff? Midas maybe? No, Engineer. Staffed Engineer. Gotta love it. The support buddies helping each other out. They don't staff their cores. They staff the other support. I mean, I would do the same thing. I would staff the Engineer here. It's quite good. And then Engi's got tablet and PK, so they have 3 tablets against Kronos. Now it becomes very hard for him to get a good sphere off. It's like Legion's gonna try to secure Kongor here, the Hellborn Kongor. I'm not sure if Kronos knows about this. They're gonna jump him here. Oh, there's the Engi staff as well on top of the cloud. No buyback on the Kronos. I think if they get double Kongs here, they might just take a team fight though. Nighthound is cleaving people down. Kraken gets compelled out by Rally. But I think Nighthound's gonna go in. Moves the dust. He's gonna get stunned up here. He's gonna die. The team support was not ready. They're too low. They don't really have much to dive with. So Nighthound goes down. He loses his Savage 6 streak. Just gets caught by all the spells, honestly. Gets hit by the slam. That did a lot of his HP, and then the charge finished the deal. They could have just easily backed off here and did the Kongor. Because to be honest, Hellborn Kongor steal into Legion Kongor with Kronos dead. Token, that's the end the game right there. They're going to be too strong. So, if Hellborn can get this Kongor, they can slowly try to drag the game out, but they need a lot of items, I think, on the Kronos if they're gonna bring this game back. This almost 20k lead is really hard to swing. So what I think they should do is Nymph should like just port and get some like port here and get a ward maybe on Legion Kongor and then just TP out. And then if they try to do their Kongor, they at least have like a sneaky ward down. But I mean, right now they're just not using Nymph TP at all. If you're not gonna use it, at least use it to ward. Alright, so they're gonna anticipate Nighthound being here. Try to pick him off with Sphere. The idea there is okay. I think the ward doesn't really matter. Like, if anything, you want to be they want to be spamming revs or pick up an eye. Like, how do they plan to find this Nighthound without an eye? I don't think they bought an eye the whole game against a Nighthound and an Engineer. Like, to me, that's just you can't pick up a second item shrunken on your Kronos and then not pick up Bound Eye and try to kill Nighthound all game. Game plan is just not there. Now we got DD Nighthound. Good luck fighting into this if you're Hellborn. This Kongor is gonna die in like 10 seconds. Rally goes in, but he walks into Cloud and Mines. Bye bye, friend. Almost got his ulti off, actually. Engineer gets the ulti out on Kraken. Meanwhile... Oh... Sphere... I'm gonna rewind this, actually. I want to see the other side of the fight. Alright, so... Nymph goes on Midas. Nymph's gonna get 2-shot by Nighthound. Tablet from Midas on the Nighthound. Very, very good. And then the Sphere is just nullified. There's no lockdown anymore. And then this fight is just done. This fight is donezo. Kraken could pop Shrunken all he wants, but that's the Shrunken to run away. He dies. I think this is the game right here. Yep, that's a concede. And to be honest, I agree. That's the game. So both teams ran a greedy draft. Both teams laned defensively. Ultimately, the team fights that decided the game were won by Legion. And it didn't matter that Kronos had a 600 plus GPM in the beginning, because I think he bought the wrong items in the wrong order. And then all the team fights were executed better by Legion. So that's it. That's game 1. The scrim between Noah's Ark and Bpro.